What's up? Black men must train their men to be masculine. I truly believe we live in a day and age where they want to make it not okay for a man to be a man. And you can say this for all men, but I would say more specifically, and it's more hyper focused on a black man being emasculated, being ridiculed, and saying people telling him it's a bad thing for him to be masculine. And one primary reason I really believe why this is happening is because when you look at the school system, a man isn't really taught to be inside of his own nature. A man is taught and conditioned to operate within the female's nature, which is to be more submissive, and everything is directed, and you're not the one initiating or creating anything. It's always somebody telling you what to do. And as I've gotten older, I've noticed that most of my teachers were women. When you look at entrepreneurs and you look at the school system, a lot of it teaches you to be a person that doesn't think for yourself, right? And this video is not about education and being an entrepreneur. It's more about being a man and operating in a world that wants you to really act like a woman, you know. And this is especially important for black men, because when you knock down the man and you emasculate the man and you break the man down, really the whole family is messed up. If the leader, the head of the household is gone, then the whole dynamic of the household is messed up and it's dysfunctional because the leader is not there, the head is not there. And I think we need to have more black men really be proactive in teaching their youth and their sons and just the younger men that are coming up. We need to be more proactive about teaching them how to be a man. This is something that I believe I lacked growing up, because I feel as though I was raised around men who did not choose to think. They chose to just um live life in a way where everybody else thought for them. And I don't want to live like that, and I don't want to reinforce that and teach. If God bless me with kids, or even just the younger men who are younger than me, I don't want to bring on the idea of just get up and just don't think about trying to be somebody, don't have a purpose. I don't want to teach that. I don't want to teach, to not have that. And you do that by not thinking. And as I've gotten older as well, I've understood so many things when it came to being a man and not being, or being a man and then acting like a woman. And I think that every time a black man, chooses not to be a man, I feel as though somebody sees that and is watching that, and we're being infiltrated by the enemy. You can just say the enemy, you can say whatever you want to say, but we're being infiltrated by the enemy. And we have to really start looking at what people do, what societies do when they want to take down another society. I just started reading the book Why Nations Fall, and a lot of the times, and I'm very early in it, so I can't give too much detail on that, but uh it talk about how people were being colonized in Central America. The first chapter talks about that. And really, when you take out the leader, and the leader is not vigilant and firm and not so easygoing and welcoming, that leader, when he does act super soft and not firm, they kill that leader instantly. They kill him, they take over his land. And the point that I'm trying to make is, really, once you take out the leadership, you take out the whole thing. You break it down. So I would just say that we're being raised to not be like a man, right? And that's through educational system, that's through the social media, that's through the culture changing, that's through a lot of different things. And I'm not sitting here as a super masculine man myself, or a man that's uh I wouldn't say that I'm just the most masculine man, but I do understand the value in a man acting like a man, and how that benefits society and benefits the community. And with the black man, we're targeted in so many different areas. It's truly important for the men that come before us to teach us how to be a man before the world tries to teach you, because the world will try to teach you to not be a man, to condemn yourself for acting like a man, right? So that's one of the important things I think that needs to change in the youth, and that really starts by us having black men who are not going to choose to just let generational uh curses, or whatever you want to call it, generational things to continue to happen that are negatively affecting your future kids, your the future of the world, right? So it starts by men waking up and understanding that we have to be responsible, and we have to be proactive about creating an attitude in our youth and in the men to be a certain way. Because if you don't, the world will try to teach you how to be a certain way. And 9 times out of 10, when the world tries to teach you, you'll end up hurting yourself, or they'll teach you to hurt yourself, but they'll call it good and it's beneficial, right? They're going to say, good is bad and bad is good. And so there is a nature of a man that I would say is not condoned, or it isn't something that a lot of people accept nowadays, because the culture is changing. It's they're making it more okay for a man not to be a leader, for a man not to be a man, right? And for the woman to be the one that's over the man. And I think that the way they do this is by try to use like woman empowerment and stuff. But I'm a person that believes that that just breaks us apart from the family being together. And when the family is together, the woman can't be over the man. And I believe that as an individual and just overall in society. But when you like, if I say, okay, I don't want a woman being over me in a relationship, right? And that could be okay, that's you. But then if I say I don't want women to be over men in society in general, then you can be made like a bad person. But I would say it's just true. And it's not even that a woman can't lead and a woman can't be, successful and stuff, but it's more of positioning in a way that helps us both connect and harmonize better. And yeah, man, that's pretty much all I got to say. Peace out.